My name is Dr. Mathilde Lind. I'm a folklorist working with the Florida Folklife program. And today I have a couple of great artists with me. We've got Ralph Callander and David Siegle of the South Florida Woodturners Guild. So you were interviewed as part of the Earth Survey, as I understand.
Yes.
So every year the Florida Folklife program has a survey, is basically some research to go around and find out who the folk artists are, discover some folk traditions, and then bring some of those artists here to the festival. And as you heard, this is a very ecological activity. You can find wood on the side of the road, and they are salvaging their wood. And South Florida, where you're based, is a great place to find wood, right?
Yeah, we have probably the largest variety of wood anywhere in the country. Some of it is native indigenous. A lot of it has been brought in years ago by David Fairchild, who started the botanical garden. And he traveled the world bringing back different seeds and plants. And so we have, I can't remember the amount, over 100, I think over 150 varieties of trees growing in Dade County. So, people think of mahogany, big exotic wood. It's everywhere in Dade County. A lot of the cities use it for lining the streets. So we have plenty of that.
Now, for those of you who have long hair or like to sew, this is a dual purpose. It could be a needle or it could be a hairpin. One of the questions that comes up is how do we get our wood, or where do we get it from? Well, we get it from the side of the road. We are a very sustainable organization. So what we do very often is when we're driving home or driving around town and we see a pile of wood on the side of the road that somebody's cut down a tree, we'll take a picture. We'll send it over to Ralph. He's not the secretary, he's the president, but he gets the pleasure of sending out a wood alert via email to all the members. And then we grab our own chainsaws or pair up with somebody and go out there and go at it. Or, yesterday I made this little Christmas tree ornament. I did some turning yesterday. And this is actually a mahogany cabinet door. Somebody who remodeled their house gave me their mahogany cabinet doors and I repurposed it. I made pens, I made trees, I made plates, I made all sorts of things. So we are, again, sustainable.
Oh, sure, I'm ready for that.
This is ambrosia maple. There is a company, I forget what their name was. They were at a symposium and they buy from the states leftover wood, that the estate may have. And I actually bought it at the Florida Woodturners symposium that's held up in Lakeland. And this is ambrosia maple, but you can make a variety. You can make almost anything that you like with on the lathe. Everything we make has got to go through the lathe or pass through the lathe. So here, you want to lift that back, you can be the first to see it.
This is magic sauce I'm putting on here.
Now, one of the very interesting things with wood is the same type of wood has... Okay. The same type of wood has great variation in colors, in texture. This is mahogany, a local mahogany that you can find down in Miami. Be careful as you pass it around. It has a glass tube so that you can put fresh flowers in it. We have fake ones right now. Now that piece that's going around is mahogany. This also is mahogany. It is. So the color, you can see the variation in colors, the same type of wood you have. Who said it, we stopped it from wobbling?
I don't like to make things, you know, it's got to, sometimes you got to just, you know, change it up a little bit, make something kind of crookedy.
With the lathe that he does that, with the one that, our primary, it's 800 pounds. So that's not,
Yeah,
right.
it doesn't move. Now, I've done demonstrations on making them on this little lathe, and of course it's jumping all over the place, but, you know, it's just another way to do things, just, you know, make something offset. Sometimes we make multi-axis where we'll turn a piece on 4 or 5 different axes, so you can really get some really cool effects.
And you can make tools, mallets,
Yes.
or grinders with the,
The first thing you need to make is a mallet.
and this one's a heavy one, it's been well used, but I'll pass it around. Be careful.
And I'll use that to keep your husband in line.
Now you ladies in the audience, ladies in the audience, please know that wood turning is not a guy's thing. You don't have to have a beard, you don't have to be male. There are, the American Woodturner Society started a program called the WIT. Very fittingly, it's women in wood turning, or women in turning, WIT. And our very own got on the lathe the other day, yesterday, and please do demonstrate what you made.
Yeah, so we made a spindle, so I'm a spinner, and Ralph helped me. Basically, I did maybe half the turning, and every time I started to screw up, he came in and rescued me. So, well,
Hey,
you know, it was my first project.
Anytime you've been on the lathe?
I've messed around for collectively maybe 20 minutes.
Okay, so basically the first time she got on the lathe yesterday, it really did something. She did a fantastic job, and especially considering that the proper spindle height for most people is even with your elbow. So this is actually too tall for me, and it's way too tall for her, but she did a great job despite being a little uncomfortable working.
I was on my tiptoes. But, you know, the spindle came out great. We have a spinner over in the marketplace area named Lida Clater's Spindle. And she was generous enough to hand me some of her fleece so I could test out the spindle. She picked it up and she said, "Oh, I'd love a spindle like this." So apparently we did okay. I can hand that to you so you can see. There you go.
Well, she did so well that Ralph actually let her use this tool, which is known as the skew. Ralph didn't let me touch a skew until 3 or 4 months after I'd been in the guild for a while.
Well, to be honest with you, I had picked up a skew once in a while and then put it down because some people call it the devil's tool. Okay, it can be, and you don't know what you're doing with it. It can be a little grabby and scary, and it'll scare the heck out of you, and then you'll put it down and say, "The heck with that, I'm going to do something else."
It was scary.
Yeah. So.
But you were natural at it, and you did well with it.
I actually started watching a couple of guys from England that use the skew pretty much exclusively. And I decided I'm going to pick it up and learn how to use it. So I'm still learning also, even after 22 years. I make wands, so they're either Harry Potter wands, wizard wands, whatever you want to call them. But when I make them, I have to wear this, and that's what puts the magic in the hat. Or in the hat puts the magic in the wand. But it's too hot to wear today.